American presidents, from the good, the bad, and the ugly. Today, we'll be looking at each and every American president, describing them in a sentence or less, and ranking them in a tier list, which is entirely objective and in no way subject to opinion. Okay, let's go. George Washington. Why are all the best leaders the ones who don't want to lead? S tier. John Adams. To quote from Thomas Jefferson, he is a hideous hermaphroditical character, which has neither the force and firmness of a man, nor the gentleness and sensitivity of a woman. C tier. Thomas Jefferson. He's like Johnny Depp, where the more you begin to look past his greatest hits, the more you realize he's just a asshole. A tier. James Madison. How do you peak before becoming president? B tier. James Monroe.
You get the hell out of my hood. She's my hoe now.
Okay, look, I know that one was like 2 sentences, but let's be real here. That's a perfect example right there. B tier. John Quincy Adams.
The 2 sweetest words in the English language. Default, default, default.
C tier. Andrew Jackson. Imagine having so much hate in your heart that your only regret upon your deathbed is that you didn't kill enough people. F tier. Martin Van Buren. The sequel that was almost just as bad as the original, yet not bad enough to be memorable. D tier. William Henry Harrison. 2 dead. John Tyler.
But I am telling you right now, that back there is not real.
D tier. James K. Polk. I do not want oil, I just want tacos. B tier. Zachary Taylor.
What the is we doing?
D tier. Millard Fillmore. I blame this man for weeaboos. D tier. Franklin Pierce. Dude, if you're going to be an alcoholic, at least beat back the Confederacy while you're at it. F tier. James Buchanan.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
F tier. Abraham Lincoln. The man so crucial to advancing civil rights that many people forget that he didn't really care about black people. S tier. Side note, yeah, I know that sounds pretty bad, but let's be real. This is Abraham Lincoln. Well, where else are you gonna put him in the tier list? Andrew Johnson. You ever work a job that had a really nice boss, like really cool, and then a while later on, they leave the job for whatever reason, and then the guy who takes their place is the supervisor that nobody likes? F tier. Ulysses S. Grant. I'd imagine a lot of Ulysses S. Grant fans are like Kanye fans, where they tried to admire him, but then he says some stupid shit about Jews. B tier. Rutherford B. Hayes. The one time I'm glad the election was stolen. C tier. James A. Garfield. The greatest what if in American history. And all thanks to a crazed man who just wanted to be the Commissar of Peru or something. 2 dead. Chester B. Arthur. This man had to cut back on alcohol so he could, not die. And his method of doing so was drinking only 4 beers a day. And he's still that up. C tier. Grover Cleveland. I will forever hate American Dad for making me associate this man with nothing but peanut butter. B tier. Benjamin Harrison. He seems like that really cool guy who's always there for you, always got your back, but you just can't remember his name. C tier. William McKinley. I blame this man for pineapple on pizza. D tier. Theodore Roosevelt. Imagine being such a badass that to this day, there are people who think that an obviously cropped picture of you riding a goddamn moose in the river is real. A tier. William Howard Taft. The underrated sequel that was almost as good as the original, but had a little bit of filler, let's be real. B tier. Woodrow Wilson. I have so many points against this man, and it's a hell of a lot more than 14! S tier. Below F tier. You. Warren G. Harding. Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely all for that new prohibition law. Yeah, definitely. F tier. Calvin Coolidge. He seems like the kind of guy to drive 40 minutes to work, but with the radio off the entire time. A tier. Herbert Hoover. How American it is to greet a group of protesting veterans with gases and tanks. D tier. Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
I got polio! Can't feel my legs.
A tier. Harry S. Truman. Okay, look, great guy and everything, but if you honestly think that the atomic bombs were necessary to win the war, then you clearly have never heard of the Soviets invading Korea. B tier. Dwight D. Eisenhower. Why are all the best leaders the ones who don't want to lead? A tier. John F. Kennedy. Why are people so obsessed with celebrities' sex lives? B tier. Lyndon B. Johnson. There goes Johnson, drinking at a Johnson, sitting on a Johnston, scratching his Johnson, bumming the Vietnamese. C tier. Richard Nixon. Oh, how I miss the days when Congress actually stood up to the president. D tier. Gerald Ford. He fell down so Joe Biden could fall up. C tier. Jimmy Carter. Is it too soon to say that the left has been too kind to Jimmy Carter? D tier. Ronald Reagan.
Reagan smash.
D tier. George H.W. Bush. B tier. Bill Clinton. Okay, seriously, how did Kennedy get away with it? C tier. George W. Bush.
The decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of of Ukraine.
F tier. Barack Obama. Listen, this relationship isn't going anywhere. He keeps making promises he can't keep. It's honestly a little unhealthy, but the sex is so good. C tier. Donald J. Trump. Why are all the best leaders the ones who don't want to lead? D tier. For now, Joe Biden. The physical manifestation of the phrase, I'm getting too old for this shit. C tier. And that's every American president spoken of and ranked. If you agree or disagree, or have a better sentence to describe one of these presidents, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And in the meantime, thank you for watching, and now get out of my house.